welcome to Growing Energy. I'm Nikki Energy. You can call me Energy. Welcome to my channel. So we're going to be doing a quick love read for this upcoming week. It's a timeless reading, so whenever you come across this reading, this is when it's meant for you. So I'm going to pick from 3 different piles. Let's go with pile 1. Okay, so remember, whatever messages you hear in here, not everything might apply to you, but whatever does, you can take that. And if it doesn't, just let it fly. It doesn't mean the whole reading, isn't meant for you just because 1 or 2 messages you don't resonate with. But okay, so pile 1, pile 2, or pile 3. And let's go ahead and get into, I'm trying to make a note of what time it starts. Okay, so pile 1. Let's get into pile 1. So pile 1, what can we expect for love this week coming up? 4, opportunity beckons. Now, do I know every single detailed meaning from the cards in the book? Yeah, I can pull images from like the outside, but I like to read what the cards say itself because it really gives a lot of meaning to whatever the card is. And so don't come for me because I don't know every single thing, but it just helps me pull better messages when I can give you the direct meaning. So, okay, opportunity beckons. Often in affairs of the heart, you may become complacent, even bored with what you have. You forget to see the magic in your interactions with others and fail to invest time and effort to maintain the human loving link. If you've been looking for a relationship for some time without success, you may be disillusioned or discouraged. No longer believing in that relationship will manifest. Your enthusiasm diminishes and you no longer provide the universe with the energy needed to produce the relationship. The same is true of struggling too long to improve an existing relationship. Now is not the time for complacency. This is your opportunity to attain what you have been seeking or to improve what you have. It requires vigilance, action, and enthusiasm. Lift your spirits and look for the opportunity that presents yourself, then act. All right, so for, this pile, I'm seeing you're in some form of a structure because we have the 4 here. There is a foundation, but it's like something that you feel like you're not happy with. If you're in a relationship, maybe you feel like there's some things that, let me put the card up here, sorry, that, needs to be worked out in the relationship. Are you fighting hard for it? Or do you feel like it's still worth everything that you're putting into it? How do you feel about being, when the card brought up disillusionment or, not being as excited about finding love? You need to make sure that you're not giving up, because especially if this is something that you really want, are you putting in effort? If you're in a relationship that you hate, are you sticking in it just because you're complacent or you're bored or, this is just what you know, or you don't feel as though you have what it takes to actually walk away and leave? It's like, how much are you thinking about yourself if you're giving up on yourself? It's like saying that you want something. Like, let me use this for an example. I want a better body. I don't go to the gym at all and I eat like shit. But I don't try, because every time I look in the mirror, I'm upset with the way I look, but I don't try to fix it. So it's like, are you actively trying to fix your situation? Are you going out? Are you leaving the house? We have the 4 here. This person looks like they're in their house. Are you going out? Are you seeking emotional connections? Are you seeking connections with people that are on the same wavelength as you? What are you doing to find that love? Are you just saying that you want love, but you're not going anywhere, trying anything for it? Or are you expecting someone to knock on your door at your house? Overall, this is just being bored, but you don't have to be like, take the time to make that movement. I see a lot of green and a lot of yellow in this card. Yellow to me is a lot of wisdom and courage. So be wise enough to understand what you need in a relationship. Draw on everything that you've learned to this point and move forward. And even though sometimes like you might have had situations that might not have ended the best way for you, it doesn't mean that all situations will be that way. With this surrender card, detach, trust, free fall, have faith that you will be well. Getting out of the house and actually trying will not lead to the worst outcome, that you've possibly had. I can see to where there's been situations in the past where there wasn't compromise, or, and you just dealt with a lot, just trying to have your voice heard within a relationship dynamic. But it doesn't mean that if this is a relationship that you're in right now, you give up, because I'm not seeing anything that looks as though, like this person is doing the worst thing to you, they're cheating, whatever. It just feels like you're in a rut emotionally, and just to awaken that up means that you have to actively be a participant in the relationship. If you're expecting this person to fix the relationship or be the only one working at it, if you feel like they should come to you and do everything, the both of you need to bring balance to this, right? The both of you need to communicate how you feel. Babe, I feel like with the 9 here, I feel like there needs to be the ending of us not communicating, because every time I see the Justice card, yeah, it's a Libra card, but she has the scale in one hand and then a sword of truth in the other hand. So it's like, bringing justice to what you're saying, bringing bringing that truth forward to say, this is how I feel about the relationship right now, and taking it small. So with the Page of Wands, it's action, right? But it's like baby action. It's taking your time. It's building up to something. It's inspecting the things that you want to do and things that you want to say, and kind of deciding if, is this the right way to approach this situation? So this is basically saying, instead of you worrying about the current state of where you are, so we have like 2 worry cards back to back, right? What you need to do is take action. And it might be something small, but if you want this relationship to last, or you really want love with this person, then you need to focus on doing what is necessary to foster that. Don't be scared of it. Don't be complacent. Just, if you really love this person and you really want to act on what this relationship is, then you will find a way to communicate, and also, if your priority is healthy communication and healthy relationship, don't get lazy, or don't not work on it. It takes 2 people to work. And if the other person's the only one working on things, then, they're going to kind of feel like, well, you don't care enough. Or if this is all you wanting to be in a relationship, taking those baby steps with getting out there to talk to people, putting yourself out there, leading with truthful communication, and not being scared if someone doesn't resonate with what you, the vibration that you're on, because there's opportunity out there for you, but you just have to be proactive at getting it. And your last bit of advice for this week is trust your intuition and your instincts. Watch your surroundings and choose your words carefully. So like I said earlier, with the communication and truth, if this is a relationship that you want to keep and you feel like you guys have been stuck in a rut, I feel like you need to focus on communicating. And I feel like, especially if you feel like, I need to say something, and you have that feeling on the inside, like I really need to say something, but you're not taking the opportunity to say something, you're really doing yourself a disservice. So I think you need to, if you love this person and if you want to work at this, then you need to speak up. If you are looking for love, if you're single, what you need to do is go through dynamics using, being smart about what you've learned in the past, and having faith in the fact that you have grown enough to be able to protect yourself. Use your words carefully. Your words are very powerful, so be mindful of how you speak to other people, because you don't want to come across in any way that's not who you are, because you don't want to start anything off in a false way. But you don't have to jump in all the way. You don't have to, this doesn't have to be a 10 of cups right off the bat. Give yourself time to open up, especially if you've been single for a while. But don't give up and don't become complacent within love. I do see some form of a flame. I do see some form of, this is my twin flame card, right? And this is, I feel like they're not equal in size, because, one person might be at a place where they have more love from the other person, but there's still a fire burning in both of these people, right? So if you're one of those people in a relationship or, a situationship or whatever the case is that has potential to move farther, how much work are you putting into it? And I'm seeing these handcuffs here. Some of you may be hesitant because of the fact that when you started the relationship, you had a fear of commitment, of being tied down. But that's why you're being asked to start off slow. Also on the bottom of this deck is compromise. You're also being asked to compromise. You're being asked to just take initiative, but make sure you're not doing too much to the point where you feel as though it's like it's overwhelming for you. With I know this looks like a dragonfly, and the color purple, I think royalty, I think the crown chakra, I think spirituality. If you are a spiritual person, well, you have to be, you're watching or reading right now, but I feel like you are, the dragonflies to me is good luck. I feel like there's good luck, especially with you being able to communicate with yourself, to see things, especially with this card coming on, to your intuition and instinct. I think you have really great instincts for what you need in a relationship or how you should handle yourself, but you're not taking any action towards it, right? You're not trying to fix anything. Maybe it might just seem like it's too much of a hassle, but regardless of whatever you're doing, I do feel like you need to be truthful. This is a little Ace of Swords, and we also have the Ace of Swords in this Justice card. So even if you don't want to be in a relationship anymore, but you're just sticking in there, you're really not doing yourself a service. Speak up and be honest. And whatever your priorities are, get in tune with your divine self, your fullest potential, and say, what do I really need? If this is a new relationship or you're looking for a new relationship, handle yourself, like approach a situation how you would want others to approach you, especially with the communication. You're just asked to be honest, and don't take that for granted, honesty, because there's a lot of people that are more passive aggressive and won't really speak up. They'll just react in certain ways that are kind of weird. And when you speak up and you're honest and you're not an asshole about it, you're respectful, it kind of like leads to the other person kind of having respect for you, because not everyone is so upfront about their feelings. So this week coming up, take action, take action, take action. There's compromise. Start off slow. You don't have to jump into something right away and be tied down to anything if you're single, But there is this flame that's trying to be awakened within you, or is already awakened within you, and that's why you're feeling the need to take action towards something. Just listen to your intuition. You're pretty smart, and you'll be able to figure it out. Okay, so like, share, comment, or subscribe. And subscribe. I always say or subscribe. And subscribe. If you're watching this, obviously you're watching this. And I will see you soon. Okay, so group 2. Let's see what your card is. So finding balance, and this is definitely an action card. But what is this towards? What are you finding balance towards in this dynamic? I'm trying to find these cards are broken down into like the red is action. All right, cope, multitask, breathe, arbitrate. You may find that matters of the heart require extra effort at this time. More and more demands may be placed upon you, requiring you to juggle your attention. Family gatherings, school commitments, requests for assistance, and other obligations may arise within a short period of time. Just breathe and remember to be flexible. Adapt your approach to each situation at hand. Know that you have the ability to keep everything and everyone in balance. You may also be called upon to play the role of a mediator. This is a time for compassion and understanding that you are up to the task. Work with people individually, giving each position equal consideration. Help all involved to understand another viewpoint and middle ground. Finally, in order to maintain balance, you yourself must be in balance. So it's vital to take your time. Finding balance. All right. So I'm not really going to pay attention to the part of it that talks about being a mediator for someone else, because we're talking about your love life for this week. And what I do see with the balance is maybe there's been a strain on the relationship, or you finding love, or you being able to bring someone else into the dynamics. We do have the 2 card here. And, the 2 cards when you introduce someone else into the equation, maybe because of all the things that you have going on, but you can definitely juggle this relationship, or you can definitely juggle your time. It's just about finding balance. It's just about finding, enough time. Like, we make time for the things that we love and the people that we love. So if this person is important to you, you'll make time for them. And then if you don't want to, and you feel like, oh, I have this and this and this going on, and I just don't have time for this, you really need to think to yourself, is this a dynamic that I really want to be in if I'm not even willing to, make time? Or if you are so busy that you can't even make time, don't string anybody along. Like, then you need to let somebody go, or let that person know that, you just right now it might not be the time for you to be in this dynamic. So the outcome, results, conclusion, ending, you will get a resolution. So, okay, yeah, for those of you that are having a hard time juggling between, your different responsibilities and love, maybe it's causing a strain on your relationships. I feel like there's a little bit of an ending to that. This card is basically saying there's a resolution coming within the outcome. I see balance again. Give me a second. I'm also hearing another message. If you're dealing with someone that expects so much of your time that you don't have time to do anything else, and you're being made to feel bad about that, this person that you're with, whoever you're dealing with, needs to also appreciate the fact that you have things that you want to accomplish in your life, and everything can't be just centered around you throwing everything into them. Yeah, I feel like with there's a lot of 2s here. This is a 2 card. This is a 2 card. 222. You might be seeing 222 a lot, but 2 again is about duality. It's about partnerships. It's about balance. It's about choices. Like, you're being asked to find balance in the choices that you make this week. Yeah, like some of you may be going back to school. You have to juggle school and a relationship, starting a new job, starting something new, right? That's helping you with your finances, or that's just a new journey, something that is starting off at like the baby level that's growing. And it's hard for you to kind of focus on growing that thing. There's something that you're trying to accomplish in your life. And it's hard for you to focus on that, because even with the finding balance card, you can see like the little images here of different things that are going on, right? That is like finding that balance within all of the aspects of your life. So having love is great, right? But how much, it's like if you are a reformed people pleaser and you're used to always being available and being there for people, part of you being in healthy relationships is having healthy respect for yourself. That's why the self-worth card is here. And finding balance that you need to, like, take care of your things as well. Like, everything can't be just the other person. The roles can be switched right now. Maybe it's that other person is putting a lot into you and neglecting themselves, and they're supposed to find balance, and they're the ones that are supposed to, like, okay, I love you, right? And I want to be around you and everything like that, but I have to focus on school. I have to focus on work. I'm trying to get this new certification. If that person truly loves you, they're going to understand that your betterment and your progress that you're making within yourself is important in that relationship, because the better you feel about yourself is the better you'll show up, and the more you'll show up in your dynamics and your relationship dynamics moving forward. But you cannot be good for anyone else if you are not good for yourself. For those of you that are single, you're being asked to basically, I've been saying, find balance. Yeah, you can, you have so much things that you want to accomplish, right? The 2 of Wands, especially with the world in their hand, it's like, you know that song, he's got the whole world in his hands. Like, there's so many different possibilities for you. And if you're looking to have someone join your life, if you're looking to bring someone in this week in love, start a new relationship, start something brand new, make sure that that person knows how important, like they're just coming into your life. You shouldn't give up everything you've been working on just to foster a relationship. Give little by little so the person knows you are actively interested, right? But let them know I have all these things going on and all of these dreams and goals that I'm trying to reach, and it's important to me that I do that. So, and if this person cares about you, they'll understand that that's important, and they'll also want to do whatever they can to help you push in that direction and help you figure those things out. Okay, so let me get some advice for them this week. Let me get some advice. Let me get one card. All right. Wisdom, the Egyptian cobra. You have power and grace. Know when to use your voice and know when to use your venom. Don't be scared to speak up for yourself. Especially like in this dynamic, what I'm talking about, if someone is expecting too much of you, you don't have to blow up on them. You don't have to get so mean or be disrespectful with what you're saying, but just speak up for yourself and say, hey, I have other things in life going on too, as well as you, and I love having you in my life. I love being able to make room for you, but you have to understand that it's not always going to be about what you want. And there's times that I have to, my focus might be on work or my accomplishments, but you accomplishing things and doing better for yourself shouldn't be a hindrance to a real relationship if the both of you are actively working on yourself. So don't feel bad for your goals and your dreams that you have, but know when to speak up for yourself. I see structure with communication. This is just another card that tells me to make sure you are being upfront, you are expressing yourself, and just be straightforward when you're talking about your needs within a relationship and your time and how much you can spend. This, every time this comes out, I love it so much, and you can never see it the way it looks. It's just so beautiful with the little stones in it. And this cat that's in here is kind of reaching towards this, it's a butterfly. You can really tell. This cat is reaching towards this butterfly, and I feel like this is like spiritually reaching for that transformation. I always feel like there's a growth, transformation in the way that you handle relationships now, or any kind of dynamics, within yourself that have to do with you, that come within that bubble that you have around you. There's an innocence here. I don't feel like there's any bit of animosity towards someone you're in a relationship with, or, someone that you could potentially be in a relationship with if you're single. You just need to know that you spent a lot of time working with your spirit guides on transforming who you are. And now when you're in a dynamic, you get to showcase who that is. Like, I need space right now, or I need more of this, or I need more of this. Don't be afraid to speak up for yourself, but also remember that you have goals that you have to reach, and a relationship shouldn't hinder those goals. I see, a 4-leaf clover. So there is good luck in you speaking up for yourself. This heart too with this blue here. I feel like this is just communication. The way to really grow this love and, fill up, like I said, something is starting off newer. You're starting to express yourself in this dynamic, but the way to really grow this is to communicate openly and honestly. You could maybe you can watch part 1 because it talked about honest communication within relationship dynamics, or you don't have to. I see this little snowflake. Each snowflake is unique. Each person is unique. You're a unique person. The person you're with is unique. The things that you're doing may be unique, but the things that you're going to accomplish may also be unique as well. But look for something to really change in a big way during the winter time within this dynamic. So find balance within all the things that you're doing, and make sure to be honest and to say your expectations. Lead with honesty, lead with communication, and remember that whatever happened in the past is not what has to happen in the future. You have more self-worth now. You have more confidence now. Stand up for yourself, and you'll be successful this week. Alrighty, thank you, pile 2. Be sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Come back and see me again real soon, okay, sugar? All righty now. Okay, so group 3, your card is lead. I like the fact that all these major arcanas are coming up. So I know the 4 card is the Emperor. In matters of the heart, here, let me put this up. In matters of the heart, the energy of this card can both help and hinder. Examine the role that you play in your relationships. Do you take the lead and guide the direction of the relationship, or do you follow the other person? If you lead, are you forcing your will on the other person? If you follow, are your own needs being met? A solid relationship involves give and take, lead and follow. There has to be an exchange of energy, and this is true for all relationships. This card reminds you to guide, not dominate. This card focuses on the intellectual rather than the emotional side of relationships. How is the relationship serving those involved? If a relationship is to be healthy and strong, everyone's needs must be met. There has to be sufficient structure and order so that the person knows the boundaries, and each person must make the relationship a priority and put effort into making it strong. And finally, the decisions made in and about the relationship must be based on sound reasoning rather than pure ego. If you're looking for a romantic relationship, are you actively searching, or are you hoping someone will just show up in your life? This is a card of action, of being proactive, not reactive. Take the lead, network, make yourself available. The affirmation is, I ensure that my relationships are healthy and that each person's needs are met. So, I mean, yeah, are you allowing someone to take charge in the relationship? Are you getting your voice in? Or is your voice being heard? Or are you just the one kind of guiding every single thing, and this other person maybe feels like they, that whatever is being built here isn't stable because they don't have they're not being reflected in this. Whichever way this is going, there's being asked to be some kind of structure and some kind of balance with the way both of you got to watch Pile 2. Pile 2 was also talking about balance in a relationship. And if you're coming from Pile 2 and you do watch Pile 2, this is just reiterating there needs to be balance within a relationship. One person can't make all the rules and decisions. There needs to be 2 people doing that. Separation, no contact, 5D dreams, nightmares, focus on your own happiness. For those of you that this resonates with, you might have been in a relationship dynamic with somebody that you're now separated from, and the reason why you're separated is because the relationship was basically going the way they wanted. And I see winter, cold, feeling left out in the cold. You could have left this person, they could have left you. Basically, there is a bunch of emotion here for someone who didn't really know how to share, or basically said this is the way things are, or they didn't really consider the other person's feelings or dynamics, and it made someone kind of feel like no one likes to feel like their feelings aren't being considered. And if this is something that you were in or are in or dealing with this week, there needs to be some form of balance. You might be separated from someone that, you just really want to see and get back in good graces with. But if you're going to go back to someone who actively shows you that they aren't good at working with other people or being considerate, how much of a relationship is that? How much do you want to be a part of something like that? Is this really a stable structure, foundation for you? If it's not balanced, if it's not fair, are you going to keep your mouth shut and just endure and deal with something that is not benefiting you? Or are you going to speak up and say, if this person does come back, are you going to speak up and say, hey, last time we tried to do this, I felt like it was all of what you wanted, and this is what I want to feel successful, or this is what I would need to feel like I'm a part and I'm being considered in this relationship. Yeah. So this is the 5 of Swords. It's like petty arguments, petty fights, and petty winning, but at what cost, And being blocked off as well. Blocked emotions. All right, so okay. And I don't want to be insensitive to anyone, right? And I understand that it's not good when you hear something that may be triggering. So I'm not trying to be triggering. But going off of the World card at the bottom, The World card to me is always like a ending or a change of a situation or a cycle. So the cycle that you've been in with this person is kind of petty arguments, blocked in love, like, you fight and then you block yourself from this person. There's no communication. You guys don't talk. Maybe you get back together, but it's always feeling like there's something settled. Is this what you want the dynamic to be for your relationship all the time? But if you're coming out of something that's like this, if you're coming out of that pettiness, if you're coming out of feeling blocked and you're deciding, okay, I want to give this relationship a chance, you need you to be very, very, very adamant on making sure there's equal give and take in this dynamic, because you can't have someone else leading, or you can't be the one leading everything, because then you're not really considering someone else's feelings. And it's going to lead back to the arguments and trying to go tit for tat and who wins and who says this or who does this better and who acts like they care less. And that's not a relationship dynamic that you need to be in. So if you can't find balance here, then you need to get the fuck out of there and find balance somewhere else, because there's balance that you can have somewhere else. Because I am seeing the 4 here. I am seeing structure. I am seeing a foundation, but it's just who you choose to have that foundation with. Are you going to deal with this person who you might be in separation with, or are you going to go for this offer from maybe somebody who could be new? Maybe this person is coming back in with an offer, right? Because they feel alone and all they're doing is thinking about the memories of you. But there's fear here, and there's also hesitation here. And that's why they were put in pause. That's why this relationship was put into pause, because not knowing how to balance out or actually work together. The question is, do you want to repeat this cycle? And if you don't, then you need to stand up for yourself. The advice that you have for this week in love, you know what? I'll take both of them. Definitely reflection. Take some time to figure things out. Try a different approach to exploring yourself and the world around you. Try a different approach. If you always shut down or don't speak up for yourself, or, there are petty arguments, be honest and say, this is what I need in a relationship. And if that person can't give it to you, then leave. Because what you're saying, if you stay in something where you're not being fulfilled, is you're telling the universe, this is the best that I can get. And the universe kind of gives you where you feel like you are at that time. So if you're wanting more for your life, then you'll get more for your life, because you're showing that you're not accepting less. You're accepting only the best. Protection. Trust your intuition and instinct. Watch your surroundings and choose your words carefully. Choose your words carefully. A lot in this relationship has been, has led to a lot of fighting and arguing because of the words that are being said to each other. But why be in something where you guys can't even talk to each other with respect? So not only is there not a balance in the relationship dynamic and the power dynamics of the relationship, there's also disrespectful tones and speaking to each other, which just can't really go on. So you have to decide what you want to do. And if the two of you come back into something, if the two of you are, start talking again this week, make sure you pay attention, use your intuition, and say, is this the same thing? Are we going to argue and then block each other again? Are we going to argue and then block ourselves off from each other, like emotionally? The water behind her isn't really moving. What are you doing? Like, what's going on with this? Make sure you're opening your eyes to see what's going on. And this last card is new possibilities. Expand your horizons, tap into your imagination, and explore something new. Unleash your magic. This is the scarab beetle. All right, so for those of you that are going to be walking away from this dynamic or choosing to do something else, there are new possibilities. Or if you're staying, there could be new possibilities with this, but make sure you both are working towards finding balance, and you both know that one person doesn't have more control over the other one, And this fell on the new possibilities. If those of you are walking towards a new love, there's going to be a love coming in. This is a pink card, which is so sweet and light and airy to me. There's going to be a person that has the key to your heart coming in, and there's money here. So regardless of whatever's going on with this relationship, I really feel like this week, it might not have anything to do with this love, but I feel like this week your money is looking good. So if you're waiting for some money to come in, then you definitely have that working for you. Once again, a heart, this heart came in through last pile with the blue is communication to me. It's thoughts, it's communication, it's speaking lovingly to people. Maybe you both need to watch how you speak to each other. The cloud, definitely some dark times, some cloudy times that you guys have been through. And with the guitar, either one of you could play the guitar, some of you could play the guitar, or music can be very helpful in you healing from things or communicating. Like sometimes you might use songs to send to this person to communicate how you feel. Whatever you decide to do this week, make sure you're being honest with yourself. Don't pull the wool over your eyes. Don't blind yourself to what's going on. But make sure you're using your intuition, and make sure the person that you're dealing with or whoever you choose to deal with in the future understands that you need there to be an equal balance, because you don't want to feel like you're being taken advantage of. You got this. Good luck. Have a blessed week. And like, share, comment, or subscribe. And subscribe. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. See you guys later. Bye.